Namaste and welcome to your Zen in 10 at 10. I'm Natalie Linden and I'm grateful that you're practicing with me this morning. So this week in my classes we've been looking at a Spring Awakening series. As the first signs of spring start to appear, it's a really good opportunity to start to think about rehydrating the body, to shed that inky cloak of winter and to herald in new light into the body. So today it's all about opening the hips with a flowering tree pose and also coming to the ground so we feel that sense of connection again. So with the changing seasons we can feel disconnected. So this practice is for you if you're feeling fatigued or slightly disconnected. So let's get to it. So you can have a yoga brick or a toilet roll or something equivalent if you wish, if you've got tension in your hips or knees. So starting in a child pose. So bringing the brick between the ankles, having the knees in line with the hips, take your hands to your ankles and just slowly bring the forehead to the floor. If that's slightly uncomfortable, open the knees up a little bit wider and bring the forehead to the floor. If that's impossible, stack of fists underneath the third eye. And just allow the neck to be balanced and feel that sense of connection with the earth. So this is our little seed pose. So really feel that connection with your third eye, your Ajna chakra, into the earth. Feel all the points of contact connecting you. And as you take in new breath, new energy, think about taking it into feeding this sacral area here with new energy all the way down the spine. Deepen the breath to feel the connection of the lungs against the thighs. And take a few breaths just to center the mind. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And then extend forward your right arm and come onto the finger pads. And really stretch but roll the shoulder back to keep the connection. And then from here, just holding your left heel, draw the right arm across and just start to look towards it. So imagine you're a seed and from this seed comes a shoot. And then press into the toes. You may want to curl the toes under if that feels more comfortable for your hips. Start to spiral that shoot up to the sky into half camel pose. Good. Keep drawing the belly in to protect the lower back and then slowly spiralling down and bringing the hands back and press the toes into the floor and find your seed. And repeat, left arm ascends, finger pads press as you elevate the elbow. Breathe in, breathe out. Look towards the hand as you take it into a little twist, and then draw the belly in, ascend the hips, press the thighs forward as you lift into half camel, and then bring that arm back again. Good. And just settle the mind back to the earth. Taking the hands underneath the shoulders, simply come up onto your heels. So bring the brick out of the way, you don't need a brick. And come into what we call fire toes pose. Really good stretch. So really think about spacing the toes. And then bringing really good for if you ever suffer with plantar fasciitis or any problems with the feet. Really helps to open the fascia to wake you up. So spacious toes, setting roots into the earth. And then from here, bring hands forwards and come to all fours. Take the right leg between the hands. And then from here, start to press down into the thigh as you connect into the hip flexor. So opening the hips, keep the left hip forwards, right hip coming back, ascend the arms to the sky to greet the sun. Bring the hands to touch, draw down the midline. Take the hands either side of the front foot. Take it onto the inside edge. So if I come show you the other way, Come to the inside edge and simply come into a Skandasana. You can use your brick here if you need to elevate. So toes pointing up, just engage the hamstring. Heel into the perineum. You can, if you wish, take a little balance in this really deep hip opening pose. If this is too difficult for you, you can do it from a goddess squat position. You can take the hand onto the foot. Just have the toes pointing away if you can, just to open the hips. Good, and then from this position, coming across to the other side. So coming into Skandasana, you can even, if you feel that you've got that capacity, take a little balance, looking at the floor, bringing the elbow into the inner knee, and then switch to the other side. Bringing the foot down, find your hip flexor. So feel this opening in the psoas muscle. Draw the knee to a blanket or a floor. Engage the hands onto the upper thigh. Press away as you come into Anjali Asana. Open the arms out wide to greet the sun. And imagine you're holding that capsule, golden capsule of sun, and dripping it into the heart space. And allow that bowl of energy of the sun to come down to the floor. Good. And then from here, lifting up the back foot, step forwards into Uttanasana, forward bend. Just bend the knees to take the weight out of the lower back. Bring even weight, breathing into big toe and outer heel. Lift the insteps, slowly rolling up. Keep the connection with the toes into the ground, into a lovely Tadasana position. Elevate the arms up high to the sky to grab that sun and draw it into the heart space. Good. Now I'm going to face you. Keeping the hands in the heart, start to think about lifting onto the instep of the right foot, so mirror me. Draw the inner thighs like magnets towards each other. Really spacious on the toes as you elevate that left knee toward the hip height. And then really strengthening for the hips. Draw the tailbone really down into the floor so it's like another anchor point. And then slowly ascend the foot away, really strengthening the hip. Keep drawing the inner thighs in, zip the belly up. And then from here, just bringing that knee back, opening out, taking the hand, if you need to open the hip. You take the hand to the other hip, just drawing, stop talking the hip, draw it in. Bring the heel to the top of the thigh, or to the shin, or if you're balanced, if you're menopausal, bring the toes to the floor, heel just above the ankle joint. So come towards the front of the thigh. Good. Bringing the toes so they're pressing vertically down and create resistance. So you're drawing everything in to the midline. And if you lose your balance, smile and laugh and giggle about it. And if you really feel that the balance is off, look to the floor. Keep connecting the hand onto the thigh just to engage the core. And then lifting up your right bow to the sky. And then keep the gaze on the floor. Can you lift the other arm up to the sky? Brilliant. And then just take a few breaths. Find your flowering tree. Blossom open the heart. Allow the belly to draw in to protect the lower back. And then from here, allow the bows to fall down. Draw the knee into the midline. Bring the hands back to touch and come to the other side. Just take a breath so you feel. Try and resist movement here. Feel the zing in the legs. And then bringing awareness into the right toes. Lift the instep, soften the knee. Ball of the other foot. And allow everything to draw into the midline. That magnetism towards the inner thighs. And start to elevate the heel away. Find strength before you find flexibility. And then from here, drawing the knee back, taking a hand if you need to open up the hip. You can take the hand to the hip and draw to the inner thigh. If you slip, come further forward slightly and draw the toes down, and it's a pressure of the heel to the inner thigh rather than the toes. Keep zipping up everything from the pelvic floor up to the navel. And then from here, bring a hand just to connect the core a little bit more. So stabilize and find stability. And then from there, grow tall in the arms, really reaching the fingertips up. Imagine you're looking at your reflection in a lake, so soften the face. Breathe. And then bringing the hands down, draw the knee into the midline, hands to touch, and draw down. And then just bring the hands down and close the eyes and just feel that connection in the legs, the connection with the earth. And as you breathe in, imagine this river of breath washing down the nose, into the heart, into the belly, and down the legs like a waterfall effect, until imagine your feet are in little pools of water. Keep that breath, river, flowing in you. And take the hands to the heart. Namaste. Thank you.